Hello everyone, this is KRX, or Night, and this is the first episode of my podcast called KRX Talks Toku. I'll have different guests, maybe every once in a while, but most of the time it'll just be me talking about Toku news, or just Toku in general. This episode is just my introduction, who I am, what are my favorite Tokus, how I got into Toku. And first off, I'm KRX. I'm in Singapore, and I'm turning 17, which is surprising for me because if the last 4 years, or last 3 years, felt like a fever dream. But how I got into Toku was mainly Power Rangers when I was younger. The first Power Rangers I ever watched was, if I remember correctly, it was either RPM or Jungle Fury. It was either one. But how I got into Kamen Rider specifically was Kamen Rider Dragonite, which when I first started out watching it, I used to call it Master Rider Dragonite. Or when I was trying to find Kamen Rider Ryuki, I just type Japanese Master Rider Dragonite, which was a funny thing. But over the years, I figured out what it was. But as a Super Sentai, I didn't really get into it when I was younger. I got into it in these past few years, mainly when I think Zenkaiser came out. That's when I truly went in and watched it. Now I'm gonna talk about other Toku stuff. So first off, Toku creators. The first one I've ever watched was I think Collector Suki, or Suki Collector. I think that was his name. Is his name now. But and I also watched Dawson Rider. Like, I mainly watched toy reviews when I was younger. And right now, in the link, I'll have a link to their Discord, Henshin. Because, funny story on how Henshin started. You can blame it on me, because when I first went to Keza's Twitch, which is Kezuchi, I went to her channel, her channel point redemptions, and saw the sound alert. I am Kamen Rider, or like the sound, like the voice of the gamer driver when the gamer driver writers, so Xaid, Brave, Laser, Snipe, and Gem use the gamer driver in their level 1 form. It would say, I'm a Kamen Rider. And I saw it, I played it, I was like, oh my god, you're a Kamen Rider fan. Then they replied, yeah. That's not how Kesa Henshin started though. Kesa Henshin started about around a few months later, when I was about like around 1-2 years ago, maybe like 1.5 years ago. That's where like it truly started. With I think the first episode being about Dawn Brothers, if I remember, like when the Dawn Brothers trailer came out. That's when Kez truly did. Oh, I think it was a Power Rangers video first. Then it was Dawn Brothers. But yeah, after that, that's when it went skyrocketing, with Kez almost having 4,000 subscribers on her Keza Henshin channel itself. Not even her Kezuchi YouTube channel, which I'll also link in the description. I'll link everyone I'm talking about in the description. And most of the time, it'll be all positive stuff because I do not want to get killed. That is a joke. But yeah, but another Toku creator I admire a lot is Mark Satsu. because that's how I truly found my place in the Toku world, was Marco Satsu, and specifically History of Kamen Rider. Every time History of Kamen Rider comes out, I always watch. I do not give a damn if I'm in school or about to sleep. I'm gonna watch even if it's hours long. Cough cough. Kamen Rider Drive, because Kamen Rider Drive one was about an hour and a half long, ish. Those one was like 2 hours. Might be Kamen Rider Drive. I forgot. Might be Gaim. Either one. I forgot. But yeah, it was all amazing. Marco Satsu is an amazing creator. Right now, they are still creating content, and him, Kez, and a few other creators, which I probably will mention. They have this D&D campaign called. Well, they have a few. They have Henshin Dragons, which is their main one, which is on its third season, part 1. Yes, they're planning to go to JoJo route with putting parts, but to be honest, they need the break. If they also have Henshin Royals, which is their like mix of Sentai, Ultraman, Metal Hero. I think a bit of Ryukendo in there. It was started when King Ultra came out, so it was built on the King Ultra hype. I said I have Stan Gaiden, which, if you haven't guessed, was a JoJo's campaign, but the stand names were Tokusatsu theme song names. So Kez's was, I think, Break the Chain, which was I think Comrade Kiva's theme song. But let me move over that part. Also Thomas Jujubi, which I think I started watching him when Loop Pat was still a thing. When Loop Ranger and Pat Ranger were still on air. Maybe Q Ranger, I think, like ish. My first video I've ever watched of him was, I think it was one of the Comrade Zio videos he did, where he was like theorizing if Oma Zio was another rider version of Zio, but turns out it wasn't. We got a version of another Geo and another Geo 2, and also in the stage show, I think the final stage show for Geo, we also saw another Oma Geo, which was, the suit looks fine, I would say, but he also Thomas also did play Kamen Rider Craft, which was a Kamen Rider mod for Minecraft, which I personally like. I like every once in a while I like make a mod pack with it in it. And the thing is, it's on 1.12. The creator, which I'm gonna link down in the description, both his YouTube and his Twitter. He's planning to port it to 1.20, which amazing. I love it. But the mod is amazing. You should check it out. What else can I talk about? Okay, my favorite Toku shows, like from Kamen Rider, Sentai, Ultraman. My favorite Kamen Rider of all time is my first one was Kamen Rider Decade. I watched it on TV on Octo because I'm in Singapore. We had Octo. Well, now it's merged with Channel 5. But it aired on Octo with, I think, an English dub, maybe a Japanese dub, like still Japanese with subtitles. I think it was an English dub. It was hilarious. But my favorite Kamen Rider show of all time is mixed between Revise, Saber, yes, Saber, don't question it. Revise, Saber, Revise, Saber, Geo, and Xaid. Because Xaid had the whole game theme, which is amazing. And Geo, because time travel shenanigans, and I love time travel shenanigans. Because I watched Doctor Who. I like Doctor Who. I have not watched it. I've watched clips of Doctor Who. So I watch the CWT DC TV shows, so Legends of Tomorrow, Flash, Arrow, Supergirl. I've not watched Batwoman. Heard the first season was good. Second season was not that good. But yeah, I like time travel stuff. What else? Ooh, okay. My favorite Sentai of all time is Zenkaiger, because it was the 45th anniversary, and not just that, it's because I like how they did, like, instead of like the Gokaiger route where like they have like the gimmick item that turns them into the past Sentai heroes. In Zenkaiger, their Sentai gears, instead of turning them into that Sentai, it gives them the power of that Sentai. So if, for example, Kaito uses the Shinkenger gear, instead of him turning into Shinken Red, I think he either gets the Shinkenger sword itself, or Shinken Red's like big ass like weapon, Fire Smasher in American version, or the Spin Sword. But yeah, I Zenkaiger is my favorite one for Sentai. But Power Rangers is hard just because I like Dino Charge a lot, but Jungle Fury is actually my favorite one of all time, just because of how it, like, I like the theme of it with martial arts and spirit animals. That's an amazing one. For my favorite Ultraman is a tie between Ultraman Z and Ultraman Trigger, because Ultraman Trigger is the first Ultraman I ever watched, and Ultraman Z is the third one I've ever watched, because Ultraman Decker and Ultraman Z, when I watched, I'm currently watching it because of the dub, because I find it funny. Also because I think Hardy Key's English voice actor is also the VA for Hunter in Owl House, which I find fucking hilarious. Okay, what else? So for other Tokyo heroes, when I was young, I also watched Ryukendo. Yeah, just type of Ryukendo on Google, you know what I mean. How, like, the facts, how our titular hero Ryukendo transforms. He has a sword, and he has keys, and he puts the key in, he turns it. He doesn't transform it right away, because on the handle he has to push the like a close like lever down to close the keyhole to activate it. And that's an amazing like idea of like how someone's transformed. And there's the secondary hero, I forgot his name, but he has a gun as transmission item. How he transforms: he takes the key, he puts it into the grip, and he pushes it in. If I remember correctly, it's like reloading a gun. Oh, I thought it was the back. I forgot. It was the grip. If I remember correctly. I loved it. Ryukendo was such an amazing show. You should go watch it. I think it's on YouTube somewhere. But you should go watch Ryukendo, because Ryukendo, an amazing show. Okay, next is why I started this like podcast is because, one, I've always wanted to do this, like a Toku podcast or like a Toku channel itself, but this would just be meaning a podcast. And also because I've seen other people do it. I'm gonna link their channels in the description, because, come on, I like helping people. One of them is, I'm gonna pull them on my phone if I remember correctly. What's Twitter? and link their Twitter, Sergeant Hooked on Heroes, and their channel. Their channel is their podcast is called Henshins and Homies podcast. You should go listen to them. Amazing. Because they are one of the amazing people that inspired me to do a podcast. And so I do have Toku merch. Like my actual my first one was the double driver, which I turned into a lost driver. I lost the other memories, but I still have the Heat and Luna memories. My first gimmick item was the blade buckle for Geats, and my first fully electronic gimmick item. I'm gonna play it right now. Yep, it's a Kamen Rider double. What's this? Wonder Ride book. I'll open up and show you the inside sound. As I said, I like Saber, so I've always wanted to own an electronic oh fuck, a gimmick item that has sound in it that didn't come with the driver. So that was good. Other than that, I will have guests on, not popular ones, but just guests from Kez's Discord, because I have no other friends that Tokusatsu. So I might just grab people from there. I also might get people like Kez on if they're free somehow. I might get Kez on, and probably Sergeant and his co-host on Henshins and Homies, and I hope one day to get on Henshins and Homies, cause man, this is an amazing ride. Me not stopping watching Toku and loving Toku would lead me down this route where I have played Fortnite with Marco Satsu. I am not kidding. It was on one of Kez's streams. I played with him. I was on the VC, but I carried their ass. I'm not kidding too. I did carry them. Small. I usually, when I play Fortnite, I usually play solo, because random teammates suck. People can attest to that. But yeah, Mark Tosatsu, Thomas Jujubi, Keza Henshin. They're all my idols, and the first ever Toku, I think the first ever Toku. But yeah, so this is the end of episode 1 of KRX Talks Toku. See you guys next time. Bye.